Happy, thoughtful Thursday, beautiful one. As you can see, I just worked out and woo, I pushed to my max and I modified. So I really want to talk about modifying today. I want to talk about the purpose of modifying, not only in your fitness and your exercise, but also in your life. So people misunderstand modification. A lot of times people think of it as a way of copping out or a way of, people look down on people who are modifying. But really the ultimate purpose of modifying is so that you can work to your max in a workout every time, right? Because everyone's max is different. But the purpose of modification isn't to make it easy. It is to make it so that you can push your hardest in that exercise, right? So you need to modify sometimes to push harder in your workout. And the same goes for life. Sometimes you need to modify so that you can push harder in your life, right? And that is the perfect example of that is overwhelm, right? If you are overwhelmed, you've got 9 million things. What is that, I can't remember the saying, but it's like, I can do a million things, but I master none, right? The idea is that you can't do everything 1,000%, right? So you have to modify some things. Modifying your life in terms of like you're overextended, you may have to cut some things out. You may have to cut some things out and find a way to modify so that you can really focus and excel in the things that you do want to do, right? You may need to modify relationships, right? There may be someone who is just sucking the life out of you, and you may need to modify that relationship. Maybe it's not a relationship you can get rid of, but you can dial back on it. You can dial back on how much time and energy you give that relationship. You might need to modify your relationship so that you can actually increase your capabilities in other relationships, right? So that you can really focus on the relationships that should get your focus and attention, right? So we may need to modify in life so that we can excel and be our absolute best, right? So I really want you to think about that a little bit today, and as we go through the week. Are there places that you need to modify your life? Because again, modifying your life is not a sign of weakness. It is a way to focus so that you can excel in another part of your life. And that's what we want to do. We just want to excel. We want to be full of joy and happiness. So I really want us to think about that today. Don't look down on modifying. Modifying is such a gift. So find your modification, find what you need to modify, and drop it in the comments. I'd love to know what's something you feel like you could modify so that you could excel in your life this week. And let's crush it.